In this tutorial, I will show you how to format a paragraph or an essay in the proper APA academic format using Microsoft Word Online. This is the Microsoft Word that you get free from the university at MS 365. So the first thing you're going to do is go into your PMU email however you do. An easy way to do that is just to type PMU email in Chrome and then do login to eServices. Okay. Then when you're here, type in your username and your password, or if you're like me, you have it saved and it will be available for you. Then click login. Now you have extra steps. You're gonna do your name and password again. You might have to type those. I have mine saved, so I don't have to do all that. Now you're on the Microsoft 365 page, and you'll see over here there are a lot of options, different apps you can use, Outlook, Teams, and we have Word. If you want more apps, you can click here, or you can even click up here and see more apps available to you, like Excel, etc. But what we're interested in today is Word, so we're going to click on Word, okay? Then you're going to open a blank document. Now I have an essay saved. I copied it from another source, from where I wrote it on a different app, and now I'm just going to paste it here. I'm going to right click. That is, I click with this finger. If you're on a keypad, I don't have a keypad, but you would do probably 2 fingers or a tap with 2 fingers, something like that, if you're on your MacBook. So after the right click, we do paste, and there's my essay, okay? Now, it's not at all formatted, so we're gonna go in and get it formatted. First things first, you wanna put your name. This is hard because I'm typing with one hand. Up there, then you want to do the name of the class, Advanced Writing, section, you can just say 207. Each teacher asks for a different thing here, but this is basically what you'll be putting. And then you want to put the name of the university, Prince, spell it out. This is formal writing, so we don't want PMU. We want to put the full name. Maybe even Prince Mohammed University or Prince Mohammed bin Fahd University. Either would be acceptable. And then you're going to put today's date. Today is to the 21st of January 2024, okay? Now, we also probably want a title here. If it's an essay, it's a good idea to have a title. I require it in my class, and I'm just gonna call it Friendship, okay? Now, we've got all the information we need in here. Now we have the name section, we have a title, but we're not formatted yet, okay? Oops, there's a mistake. Yes, okay. So the first thing you're gonna do is do double spacing. So to do that, I'm gonna do Command A. Look what happens when I hit Command A. Everything gets selected, okay? So to get the double spacing and to do everything you're going to do, you're going to be going to the paragraph format paragraph options up here. So you look for paragraph. You make sure that you are in home, not in insert, not in layout, but home, okay? And then look over here for paragraph, and then look for that little arrow, and it pops out paragraph options, okay? Now, we want to make this double spaced. Line spacing multiple? No. That's what Word gives you automatically. Get rid of that, double spaced, okay? And that's all we need to do now. We're going to come back to this window, but for now, we're just going to do double spaced, okay? So you see everything's double spaced. Now, there is too much space between the paragraphs, but we'll get back to that in a second, okay? What we're going to do now is make sure that we have the font size correct. So we're going to do, again, Command A, that selects all, and we're going to go up here where it says Font. Make sure you're on Home. Sometimes it switches, sometimes it closes. Make sure you're on Home and go to Font, and then you're going to look for either Times New Roman. Times New Roman is when you're handing in the paper as paper, on printed out paper. The font for turning in online would be Arial. Well, so we have Arial there. I'm gonna click off Arial. And then the size should be 12, every time, 12, okay? So now we're starting to look good here. Now we need to do what we call the first line indent. Oh, I forgot to show you. To center your title, there's my title, Friendship, I wanna center it. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can go up here to Paragraph and do Center. Okay, or the shortcut that I like is Command E, and that does the same thing, okay? So you can either go up here to center and click, or you can just click on Command E on the keyboard, okay? Now we want to do something that it was called the first line indent, and you might have learned in your other classes that you can just go to the beginning of the paragraph and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the space bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a lot of work. Maybe another teacher told you to use the tab key, right? It looks right. But there's an easier way to do this and a more consistent way to do this. So what I want you to do now is select not the title, not your name and etc., but just the essay, just the intro, the body, the conclusion of the essay. And you are going to go back up to that arrow by Paragraph, Home, right? Paragraph, arrow, and you're going to pick off, where is it? Indentation. Indentation means to start a line over from the left, further over than the margin, okay? So your indentation you're looking for here should be at first line, and it comes up automatically either as 0.5 inches or 1.27 centimeters. So just leave it whatever comes up normally, okay? Then check around. This should be 0 before text, 0 after text, 0. If it's not, change it. The same with spacing. If it's not 0 here and here, make sure it's 0. Should be at double line spacing. At would be blank, leave it blank, and just leave everything else alone, okay? Then you click it. Now you see we've got first line indents automatically on all of them. And the really cool thing is, if you want to add a new paragraph, you click enter and you start typing. Look at that, you already have your first line indent. So you only have to set the first line indent once. That's it. All right, now we're not quite there yet because there are some other rules that we need to pay attention to. So between the date and the title, we've only got one double-spaced line. We need 2 double-spaced lines, okay? So you can go up here if you want. This is the codes to show you what's going on. This tells me there's a space there. That's that dot and a paragraph. So this is a double-spaced paragraph, so this is 2 and then 4 2 lines. This is a little too confusing, but just know that you should have this much space between the date and friendship, and that would be 1, 2 times, okay, when it's double-spaced. Now, for the rest, we don't want that much space. You see how there's 2 double spaces in all of that? Because I started with that other format with single spaced and double space between. Now, we don't need to double space between paragraphs because we have the first line indent there. That's what tells us it's a new paragraph. So let us simply remove these by delete. Okay, so delete there, delete there, delete, delete, and we're done. So this is a perfectly formatted essay. If you come into a new Word document and you want to just start typing, I would recommend that you go in and set up the font size and the spacing, type your name and the class and university date, all that, and the title, and then center the title. Then on the next line, you would write your first paragraph and then format that paragraph, okay, in the way that I showed you by going up to here, to paragraph and first line. Oops, I almost dropped the phone. And then every paragraph after that as you're writing will be perfect. Okay, there you are. How to format a paragraph in Word on a Mac at Microsoft 365.